Hello lovelies, I'm Angela and this is Parisienne Farmgirl. Bienvenue and welcome to my channel. I'm hiding here in the shade because it has been unseasonably warm, unseasonably hot here in northern Wisconsin. And some of the flowers in my garden that I usually get to enjoy for a little bit longer are just about spent. The chive flowers are fading, the peony are fading right before my eyes, and it is definitely time to harvest the chamomile, so I'm bringing you along today to do that with me. Today's episode is sponsored by Blinkist. If you are like me and have a book list a mile long, then Blinkist is for you. Actually, 14 million other people agree with me that this is the way to go if you simply cannot keep up with your book list. They have over 4,500 nonfiction titles to choose from, and what they do is they distill the content down into 15 minutes. You can either listen to it or you can read it, and you can be constantly in a state of filling your mind with beauty and knowledge, giving you a little extra fodder for your tea parties and your summer luncheons. If it's ever happened to you that you want to read a book, but you simply don't have the time, or you just want to be a better version of yourself, maybe a little bit more confident, more knowledgeable, then I suggest Blinkist. And you can visit Blinkist.com/Parisienne Farmgirl to enjoy a 7-day free trial. In fact, if you decide to upgrade your membership using my link, they're going to give you 25% off. You can cancel anytime during that 7 days, and it's absolutely free. Right now, I am enjoying a book about Florence Nightingale by Cecil Woodham Smith and A Year in the Life of William Shakespeare. As a Blinkist user, you will have access to all the titles, and they have a new feature called Shortcasts. So if you have a favorite podcast or a handful of them like I do, and you kind of want to burn through them during the week, they'll distill them down for you into perfect little nuggets so you can make your way through all your favorite content all week long. So visit Blinkist.com/Parisienne Farmgirl, enjoy a 7-day trial, and if you decide to go for it, you will have 25% off your membership. Enchanté. The weather is unseasonably hot this year, and we are struggling to keep the garden alive, which is very disheartening considering that many of these plants I've been tending to in the greenhouse since the middle of winter. But the chamomile patch is all on its own. I'm so proud of it. This beautiful space is completely self-seeded from last year. The beauty of the flowers swaying in the wind and the habitat that it creates for the bees and for the bugs in my garden is beyond compare. And it's absolutely mesmerizing to come out to the garden and see the flowers blowing in the breeze and see the local bees and the mason bees finding comfort in this beautiful flower the same way that we do. Chamomile has been known for so long to be calming and so good for our skin. It's a natural remedy for when you're feeling down or when you need to get a good night's sleep, and it is a family favorite to be sure. As a gardener, I use this chamomile patch to disguise my grapevines because it takes so long for grapevines to get going here in northern Wisconsin in the spring. And so the chamomile grows up, and by the time the chamomile is ready to be harvested, the grapes need that space. They need the photosynthesis, they need the sunlight, and the little budding grapes need a little bit more room to become who they're going to be. And so it's the perfect time to harvest the chamomile, bring it inside for the season, and allow the leftover buds to drop to the ground to reseed the area for next year. I have to confess to being caught up in the romance of this morning. And I love to create things out of flowers from my garden, and I couldn't resist creating some beautiful swags of chamomile. And of course, subsequently, I couldn't resist creating a crown of chamomile, just in a celebration of life and this beautiful week in the garden. Now inside, I make bunches of chamomile and I simply wrap them in butcher's twine and hang them from the ceiling to dry. And once they've dried out, I will lay a sheet on the kitchen table and pound them out, and all the buds and flowers will fall into the sheet, and we will store that as chamomile tea for the season. Chamomile iced tea is a pleasure that is definitely underestimated. We all think of chamomile tea being something that we might drink before bedtime, hot, in a beautiful teacup in our bed, but iced chamomile tea on a hot summer day is delicious. Thank you so much for joining me today. My kitchen is so fragrant. It smells of chamomile, and there's so much more harvesting to do. I hope that you will try to grow this beautiful, fragrant flower that has so many uses. If you enjoyed today's video, then I think what you should do is watch this video right here, because last year at this time, I went through the garden and harvested all the chives and made a beautiful garland. Make sure that you've subscribed, that you're a member of the Old World Design Society, and I will see you again very soon. A bientôt.